All right. Today, before we do our notebook notes and our practice, let's look over our homework. So go ahead and find your worksheet from yesterday. We're going to look over these answers. I'll zoom in so it's a little better. All right. Number 1 was the associative property. Number 2 was identity. 3 is commutative. 4 and 5 are both associative. Those parentheses there kind of give it away for us. 6 is identity. 7 is commutative. 8 is associative. 9 is commutative. And 10 was identity. 12 through 17 was adding 3 numbers together. 12 was 13. 13 was 16. 14 was 15. 15 was 13. 16 was 19. And 17 was 16. Down below is a review of adding to the hundreds place. So we have 728, 921, 1001, 926, 489, 713. And on the back side, or your second page, we're going to go back and forth. So first one, I wanted you to name the property. It was the identity. Number 2, or the second one, was a 4 was missing to balance it out. This one was the associative. You can add in any order. We can pair them up together in different ways. This one was missing a 3 from the left to balance it out. This picture showed the commutative property. We were missing a 9 here for that identity property. Associative property on the left. And we are missing a 13 on the left here. Last two, this was the commutative property. And we were missing a 0 to show that 5 plus 0 equals 5. All right. So today, we're going to actually go off of this part of our homework here, where we did our adding with 3 add-ins. But in 4th grade, we had to work with numbers all the way up to millions place. So we're going to work today. Most of our numbers are going to be 100,000 or less. But some of our answers might be in the millions. So let's take a look at our notebook note page. You'll do some practice. We'll go over that. And then you've got your homework. So let's look at our first notebook page. All right. So what we're going to do first is add whole numbers. We can use the standard algorithm and place value to add multi-digit numbers. Now that word algorithm is really big. So we're going to make a sentence to help us remember what that vocab word means. An algorithm is a set of steps used to solve a math problem. So we're doing these when we go through our steps and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're doing an algorithm. We're doing those things in a certain order, a step. Now let's review our vocab words when we have addition sentences. Do you remember what these two are called when we have our addition sentences? They are called add-ins, aren't they? I'm going to put add-ins in those boxes. Do you remember what the answer to an addition problem is? That's our sum. So I'm going to write S-U-M. All right, so now this is our algorithm down here. There's 7 steps, but if you look, 2 through 7 are really the same thing. Okay? So first, the most important one is number 1. If you don't do number 1 right, our problem's going to be wrong. Got to start off on a good foot. We have to line up your numbers by place value. We have to make sure that our spots all match up. Like our 1s are all stacked, our 10s are all stacked, and our 100s are all stacked. We want them to be stacked neatly so we can read our numbers. Now, the first thing we do is when we do addition, we always start in the ones place. And we have to regroup if we need to. Just remember, regroup is if we have anything like 10 or bigger, we move that group of 10s over and we keep our ones under that spot. After we add the ones, next we add the 10s and we regroup if we need to. And then the hundreds, and then the thousands, and then the 10,000s, and then the 100,000s. So let's do, Miss Wells is going to do 2 practice problems. I'm going to skip this middle one so you can cross out that middle one. For this first one, I have my problems written sideways. I need to make sure that I line them up by place value and they're stacked neatly. To do this, I'm going to start by writing my first number again. Now, to make sure I have my places all lined up, I want to actually write my number backwards to make sure my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, so on, line up. So I'm going to put my 2 under my 6, and then an 8 in my tens, a 3 in my hundreds, and then a 3 in my thousands. I want to keep my commas, so that way I don't lose any places. I make sure that they're all stacked up. Now I put a plus sign, and I draw a line underneath to show me what it's going to equal, to separate it. Now I go through and do my addition. 6 plus 2 equals 8. 2 plus 8, but that's harder for me, so I'm going to flip it, that commutative property, and do 8 plus 2 equals 10. I remember I need to carry my 10s over and leave my 1s, because I had 10 10s, so I'm carrying it over into the hundreds. 1, 9, and 3. Now I have to add 3 add-ins. So I'm going to try and make a nice, easy number first. I'm going to add 1 and 9 to make 10. Because then I can count 3 more really easy. 10 plus 3 is 13. Now I have 3 numbers to add again. My 4 and my 3 and my 1. But I remember I can add in any order. So I'm going to do 1 plus 3. Because that'll make 4. And I know 4 plus 4, nice and fast, is 8. And don't forget our comma down there. And now I can do my 10,000s. Oh, there's just 1. So my sum is 18,308. I want you to watch as we do one more together. This time I'm adding 3 different numbers. Okay, and I want to make sure that that 7 is a 7, I can tell. So when I'm adding 3 add-ins, it's really no different. I just have to keep adding. So I'm thinking in my head a nice, easy way to add. I'm trying to make an easy number. 6 plus 3 plus 0. Ooh, that identity property. I know if I add 0, it's going to stay. So 6 plus 3 is 9. And notice my answer. My 1s are trying to be stacked up too, so I'm going to try and get my 10 stacked up. Now I have a 1, a 4, and an 8. Let's see, I'm going to do 1 plus 8 to make 9, because I know 9 plus 4 is 13, because it's really close to 14. So I can carry my 10s and I leave my 1s. Now I have 1, 5, 9, and 7. Oh, so many, but I can do hard things. So I'm going to do 1 plus 9, and that makes 10. Then I'm going to do 17, and now I'm going to count on 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I move my 2 and my 10s over and leave my 2 for my 1s. Now I have 2, 0, 1, and 1. Well, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 1 more is 4. I know those numbers were really skinny, so mine's getting a little off, and that's okay. Now I'm thinking 3 plus 3 plus nothing. Well, 3 plus 3 is 6. And then I know 2 plus nothing is 2. So this time my sum was 264,239. All right, let's think through. Did I go through each of my steps? I lined up my place value. And I went from right to left. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Good. Now it's your turn to practice. So I'm going to have you do number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. For 10 and 11, you might want to rewrite them to make sure that your numbers are lined up, because it's really hard to do that math in our head. Even Mrs. Wells can't do that. You do the same for this one. Remember, order doesn't matter, so if you want to put this biggest one first, go ahead. All right, and I'm going to pause my recording. When you come back, after you unpause the video, you'll see the answers. All right, let's check out our answers. Number 1 should have been 1,010,819. Sorry, it's a little blurry. I'll try to make it clear. All right, number 2 should have been 5,019. Number 3, 132,202. Number 4, 23,929. Number 5, 880,689. Number 6, 84,592. Number 7, 9,990. Number 8, 26,538. And number 9 was 10,000, because we had a lot of carrying over. Number 10 was 49,427. And our last one was 411,853. Wow. All right. So now we've got our homework. So you're going to find page 63 and 64 in your book. Numbers 1 through 8 are all on page 63. Numbers 10 and 14 are on the backside on page 64. 14 kind of has 2 parts, so make sure you're taking your time and thinking through. And put it away, and if you have anything else you need to finish, go ahead and work on that. All right, let me know if you have questions. Good luck and have fun.